Okay, so let's quickly recap what happened in the previous 2 days since we did our last and final analysis. So I'll get to ETH in a second, but first let's discuss Bitcoin. So for Bitcoin, as you can see, I have taken a long position at exactly 69,300. I have set a shorter TP right at this resistance level because right now this is acting as a very high resistance level, and we've seen this especially with the sideways chop that happened here today. We tried to push up to this level and failed just around 7,700. So this is a very high resistance level, and I'm not sure if we're going to break it just yet. This pullback that happened here is because of the FOMC meeting that just happened a few minutes ago from this current recording. Basically not much happened. The same topic as always, you know, higher rates for longer, no rate cuts until we see more CPI drops or inflation drops, and there's no talk of rate hikes either. So yeah, this was just, I don't know if the people considered it a hawkish tone. He said it might seem a little bit hawkish, but this was also, these minutes was also before the good CPI reading for April came out. So we might expect something more dovish next month. So I'm not really sure if we should take this very hawkishly. Okay, so if you do want to take a position, this is a good position to take. I'm currently 25x on this with a small margin of like 250 bucks. And I previously discussed in my older video, in my previous analysis, that I was expecting a pullback to happen, but I was expecting it mostly to happen up towards this level right here. This was circled from the previous video. Now this did not happen though. As you can see, this Fibonacci retracement that I drew, we found support at the golden ratio right here, this golden line right here. And we found support multiple times in this chopping sideways action in the previous 2 days. So if you do want to enter a long position, this is a good position to enter, but you have to set your your take profit really short as well, because I'm not expecting us to have an explosive rally right from this level just yet. I do expect further pullbacks to happen, at least up until this level, or maybe even a retest of this bear flag, the bull flag that we just broke out of. It's very likely we're going to retest these levels. That's why I also told you that if you are going to take a long position, from my previous video, if you are going to take a long position from this level of 68,500, even with a very short leverage, your stop loss, let's say if you have a high leverage, your stop loss should be the breakout of this bull flag at 67,800. So it's a very tight stop loss right here. And if you are going to take a lower leverage, say like 10x max, your stop loss should be at these levels right here, at these support levels right here, where we had a bit of consolidation before this explosive rally. Also, in terms of liquidity levels, let's take a look here. So we have a lot of liquidity built up at 67k. Like I said, I am expecting a pullback to happen. This is much closer than 73k at this point. So a lot of liquidity at 73k, but this seems closer to happen, at least until 67,500 as well. These liquidity levels will be grabbed at 69k, 67.5, and then we might go back up again, or we might see some more pullback down towards the 63k level or 65k level. It seems like the liquidity is rising here. So 65k before having a rise, which matches up with the last stop loss support levels that I have here. So these are levels to watch. In case you're entering a high leverage trade, make sure your liquidity is right around this level right here, and your stop loss has to be extremely tight at right at this bull flag breakout position. But if you're holding a low leverage, your liquidity should be at least, well, your stop loss should be at least at 65,800, and then your liquidity level should be 63 and lower. Okay, don't take too much high risk here. So that's for Bitcoin. Not much is going to happen. However, I do expect by next month we're going to definitely break through these last resistance levels right here, and here's why. So if we look at the U.S. inflation report, in May it was 4.05%, and for this month specifically we saw a very high rise. Now, when the May report comes out for the year-over-year CPI, this high level is going to be taken out. So this would be taken out of the reading, so the year-over-year would include the new May report. If the new May report it doesn't necessarily have to be lower than last month, but at least lower than the previous year, like somewhere around here, it would drop the year-over-year reading, and we would see a lower CPI report, which is very bullish for us, because the lower the CPI is, the more dovish the Fed becomes towards rate hikes. Now, in terms of ETH as well, ETH is a very risky position. I haven't entered any positions for ETH because even though there is a very high approval rating for the ETF, let's see here. Yep, so there we go. The SEC asked the exchanges to fine-tune the filings and have them submitted by today, and tomorrow we might see sort of a partial approval happen, and then maybe tomorrow even we'll have the second approval. But generally speaking, it seems like ETH is going to get approved. So if you do want to take an entry, this golden line is the perfect entry point, and then a riskier entry point would be at this level right here, or this level right here. And your first take profit, if you're going to take an extremely high leverage, take your profit here, and then this would be your last take profit here. And if you're going to enter lower leverage, this should be the level you're seeking, and then you could just adjust your stop loss to this level or this level if you're entering here. If you're entering here, you adjust your stop loss here. But like I said, it's not. It's a bit of a risky play just because of the sideways action. I'm just being a bit too careful, you know. And besides, if I want to enter ETH, I'm just going to enter like a very high leverage mid pump, and then exit really early and book my profits, because ETH is not something that I do want to hold on the long term. Same thing goes for Bitcoin. There's actually the news about the let's see, UK ETP. There we go. So this got approved for the UK. They're gonna list Bitcoin and Ethereum ETPs. I don't know when specifically this would be taken into action, but even if it does get listed by tomorrow, I don't expect the pump to happen until Monday. So by Monday we could expect this level to be taken out, which is why the position I took looks something like this. So 69,300, that's my entry. There we go. So this is my take profit right here at this resistance level, because I do think this is a very high resistance level to be broken out of. Even if the London exchange does somehow pump it really high, it's just going to get to this level and probably get rejected again, because the US is the big player here. And my stop loss is somewhere around this level right here. So this is for 25x leverage. If you're going to take a higher leverage, I would highly suggest you set your stop loss somewhere around here. Anything above 20x, set your stop loss here. So yeah, for me right now, this is my position. And I'm going to book all my profits at this level because, like I said, I'm expecting the London exchange to push us up towards this level, but it won't be enough to break through towards the next key resistance levels right here. In case I saw very high volume right at this level before the breakout, I will just adjust my stop loss here at my entry point. So basically like this, and then I'll set the take profit on the next target here, which hasn't been broken yet. This is the second resistance level, and probably actually take profit right at this level specifically. That would be better. That makes a lot more sense. And if we do somehow even break this level, I saw high volume even try to push through this level, then okay, I'll leave my TP here. I'll fully book the profits here, and by which I will have set my stop loss right around this level. So I'd book really nice profits. Makes sense? So yeah, that's the current position that I'm holding, and that's my advice to you. Now, if you are following me on Binance Square, I did post something about taking a position here at 69,500 as well, or 800. If you're holding that position with a hold leverage, you can continue to hold that, and just make sure your stop loss is exactly where I told you, the key points that I told you about. And yeah, you can continue holding that. Don't worry, I don't think any pullback might happen just yet. But if you are trying to be a bit cautious and you entered around this level or this level right here, in the next couple days sideways action, try and book your profit here and exit, and then take a wait and see approach and see, okay, if we're gonna have a pullback towards here, that would be perfect. You'd have booked a little bit of profit while at the same time protecting yourself from this possible pullback, and then you'll have a better entry here, possibly even lower here. So these are key levels to watch, okay? And yeah, that's it for today.